3. What is the relationship between the mind and the body, and how do we understand consciousness and subjective experience?
Yeah, it does feel like I'm being asked a question by a robot, this one. What is the relationship between mind and body? That's a question on its own. Then getting into consciousness and subjective experience, it's too many things for one question. It makes grammatical sense, and it is a difficult and deep question, but it's too many questions in one question because a robot made it. So that's my subjective experience at this point in time. I guess there is a short answer to all of this. It seems flippant to sum it up in this way, but I'm going to try and do a soundbite. I don't think there's any separation between mind, body and spirit, or that they're three different things, or that this world and dimension is really separate from any other, whether you consider that a dream space or a spiritual space or an energetic space. I think it's all the same thing. It's all some quantum soup glooping about in probably multiverses. I mean, I have no idea, but something like that is probably the summary. I mean, consciousness, that is a tricky one, isn't it? That's always up for grabs. What is that? Subconscious, supra, conscious, unconscious. I mean, it is my aim in life to be as conscious as possible, and obviously don't manage that a lot of the time. But when I do manage to be conscious and be the way that I would want to be effective at it, I suppose, then that does feel more satisfying, I suppose, more useful. Subjective sounds like what it means is just I think that, and therefore it might just be something I've made up in my own head, or delusion, as if that means it's not a thing, if that is the case. I get the logic, but experience is experience, isn't it? Everything in this reality came out of a dream, somebody's dream of a building or a bus or whatever it is that we're using. Started with a dream. Okay, it's quite screechy, so I'm going to press pause there. I do think collective consciousness is a thing, which, if that is possible, then subjective experience dissolves into collective experience. What they call liminal, isn't it? So like you're at a Faithless concert, everybody's in the right vibe, they drop the music out, everybody pauses and then waits for the drop to come back in, and you have a moment where however many thousands of people just suddenly peak in the same second. I guess you get it with football with a goal, don't you, as well? It's like suddenly the individual becomes the crowd becomes everything. That's a form of collective consciousness, and where subjective experience, which I would imagine most people have a similar one, but I don't know, becomes a collective one. You cease to exist as an individual for a brief moment in time, become part of the thing. If it's a good thing like that, it's a brilliant experience, I think. I just thought I'd throw that in. Artificial reflections.